Hey, your fridge isn't cooling. That sucks, and I'm sorry that's happening. Here's a couple helpful tips to check. First, make sure that somebody didn't actually turn it off. It happens. My kids will come up to my refrigerator, has the controls on the front, and they will literally turn the temp up so high. I don't know what they're trying to do. Are they trying to get ice? I don't know. Make sure that your temperature settings are where they should be. For a fridge, somewhere in that 36 degrees. For the freezer, somewhere around 0. The second thing that you're going to want to check is making sure that the evaporator fan is moving. When the refrigerator is cooling, you should hear a slight noise, a slight fan noise coming from the inside of the refrigerator. And when you open the door, that fan noise should stop. If you don't hear a difference ever, that could mean that your evaporator fan isn't working correctly. That fan is what blows the cold air around inside of your refrigerator. Depending on how fancy your refrigerator is, you could have multiple fans. 3 isn't unheard of in a fancy refrigerator. In a basic top mount refrigerator, you're gonna have 1 fan. It will be in the freezer section. It's gonna be up here, and actually you can see the fan. It's right behind that grate there. Third thing that you're gonna wanna check when your refrigerator isn't cooling properly, go ahead and pull it out. And on the very back bottom, there's normally a cover for your condenser coils. Go ahead and pop that cover off. Sometimes it's cardboard, sometimes it's really thin steel. Go ahead and pop that off. It's normally 5, 6, 7 screws. Check to see how your condenser coils are. Are they super dusty? Are they full of dog hair? Are they full of cat hair? If that's the case, get your shop vac out and clean those condenser coils off. They get really dusty over time. Clean those off. That will improve your performance. If you've got frost buildup in the freezer, that can be for many different things. One of the most common things is that your heater isn't actually working. It sounds counterintuitive that a refrigerator would have a heater, but here's the way that it works. You've got an evaporator coil that's in the back of your refrigerator or freezer. Depending on how fancy your refrigerator is, you could have 2 of them. All of the moisture in your home, when you open your door, is gonna go right to that evaporator because it's the coldest thing. Just like your toilet on a really humid day, it's got cold water in it. All of the water is going right to that toilet. Just like with this evaporator, all of the moisture is going there because it's so cold that moisture is actually gonna freeze. It's actually gonna freeze on there and it creates a big ice block. Then what happens is the heater turns on. It's really hot. It looks kind of like a oven heating element actually. And it turns on and it melts all of that then goes to the back of the refrigerator where it evaporates into your home. If that heater isn't working, your refrigerator is making cold air, but it's not able to reset itself. One of the easiest fixes is to go ahead and defrost the refrigerator yourself. You can unplug it, you can test this theory out. If it starts cooling perfectly for a while and then it happens again, that means your defrost heater isn't working. It could be the board not telling it to work. It could be a bad defrost heater. One of the last things to check on a fridge, and frankly, if this happens to you, I'm really sorry because on most refrigerators, it's just not worth fixing. If the compressor has failed, it's probably not worth fixing. It's a really expensive job, and with modern coolant, the R600, you have to have specially trained people to work on it. The easiest way to tell if your compressor is working is it running? Is it running all the time? Is it super hot? Again, on the back side of your refrigerator, you can pull off that cover, covers up the condenser coil, and then put your hand on the compressor. Is it so hot that you can't leave your hand there? If it is, it might be running way too often or working way too hard. That's why you should have a tech come out and take a look, confirm that it is a bad compressor, and then with that technician decide whether it's worth fixing or not worth fixing. Obviously, on a really expensive fridge, it's definitely worth fixing. On a budget fridge, a top mount refrigerator, probably not worth fixing. These are 5 of the most common things that we see on refrigerators that are not cooling. We do service calls all across the northern third of the state of Minnesota, from Duluth to Fargo, from Brainerd to International Falls. If you need service, S&D Appliances is your place to come.